Sham Blak. I'm from San Diego, California. You're watching SoulRiffic magazine.
Who wanted me to me sleeping, but when you sleeping, he creeping. Running around your room just peeping and sneaking. It ain't much for his gun to bust. Said he was one of us. Get you touched if you ever had him fucked up. Crazy little nigga off a sherm stick. Had to learn quick how cold the whole world is. Foster home living at the age of 5. It's either get your own by yourself, dog, or suicide. What you thought he picked?
For San Diego, California, I describe the city as alive.
Bitch, hard body said it's them and me. Friends and enemies that kinda hate and make them scheme on anything. Cold when they told him what they done to his pops. Seen them fall when they told cuz how many shots. So let's go, put on the mug, load them up, get them cuz. Seen them couple weeks later, they was giving them props. But let me tell you about it. With that jumper, he had hella options. Since the age of 12, he said they knew about it.
I've been rapping with my twin cousins since I was about 8. I used to rap over cassettes, and we just take the tape, stuff some pepper in the top, and then record over, and we would try to rap like Bone Thugs and Harmony. But I really started taking it serious when I was about like 12 or 13. About 13, I got kicked out of school for behavior, and I met my homeboy Louis, and he wrote raps, and I wrote raps, and that's when I really got into the craft of writing my rap. It depends on how you define success. I think a lot that goes on behind the scenes you really don't see, so it depends on how like a person will wear it. But I mean, you can have a person in your head that you think got it all together, and then boom, behind the scenes, they just doing all kind of crazy stuff. So you don't really know who's who. If I had to paint the picture and say who's the best in hip hop, well, that's subjective. I say as an industry or like as a machine that makes money, I say it's alive and well. And right now it's kind of like the California gold rush. You know, if you got something that's dope and that's that you know you could harness, you could really make something out the music industry. More so the entertainment industry. Where I separate myself is by being myself, man. I think that, you know, a lot of people want to box me into this or box me into that. And I think that, you know, as long as I stay myself, I stay true to myself. That's how I stay me. Life. That's my biggest influence, and it's hella cliche to say that life is my influence and that, you know, what I go through, but it's true, man. From the ups, from the downs, you know, that all is just that comes out in the music, man. And what you write about, the creative aspect of creating is the part that excites me the most, man. You never know where your mind could take you, and that's dope because the limits are unknown. But the part that discourages me the most is like making it a job or making it a task or something that you have to do, you know, or trying to force it, man, because then you bring that adult energy and, man, being, like, sometimes adulting can be real draining because it's just being responsible and, you know, taking your L's. You don't want to take L's back to back to back, but that shit sucks. So I think that's the part that makes it like discouraging for me. When I heard the beat, I knew I wanted to work with Legion. I had been familiar with him for some time. I had seen him around the scene, San Diego hip hop scene, and I was like, okay. And people were telling me about him, and I had already I already judged him. You know, I was like, okay, this is who this guy is. But then when I gave him the song, I had wrote my verse to counter his energy on his verse, and it matched up perfect. And not just that though, the whole creative process about working with him, man, dude, it's really some dope energy behind that guy, man. He's really dope. And shout out to my guy. I really don't have too many fans. I mean, I'm new to this whole even being liked by a majority of people. You know, I'm a likable guy anyway, so I mean, I assume people tolerate me to a degree. But having like fans, I don't know, man. I don't know what to call them. I mean, if I had to give them a name, I would call them Wave Runners. Like, you know, that's tight because it's my brand, Waves in the Tide. And I feel like Wave Runners is such a dope name to have, to give to someone, and just to give more depth to that. To be a wave runner, you know, you're on top of the waves, man. You're moving quick too. So, and to be able to do that is very unique. You know, almost like a jet ski, but you know what I'm saying? We wave runners, bro. If you're a wave runner, you fucking with me. I'm fucking with you. On all streaming sites, man. You can find me Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your content from, I'm there. And my latest work right now is Bounce, man. We got the video dropping for that very, very soon. We have it slotted for the Labor Day weekend, but I mean, worst come to worst, we can push it forward too. But that's the day it's slotted, and we look forward to dropping that. A lot of high energy, a lot of dope visuals. It's gonna be sick. If you coming up and you doing your thing, man, only thing I say is don't quit. Don't quit. Put some respect on your name. Respect yourself. Because you are that. You're doing that and you are that. And you should be treated as such. I got some big bros that was doing the clothing part and California Money and BU. And I wanted a piece of the game. And they was able to, you know, lace me and give me the opportunity to really play around with it and see if I wanted to do it or not. You know, of course, you know, I had to pay my dues too, but you know, that gave me the confidence to really step forth and really get my hands dirty and create my own thing. And as any creator would tell you, you know, creating your own thing and trying to get people to believe in it and give it the air that it needs is a little difficult. You know, I mean, you can have the most confidence in the world, but every time a door slams in your face or, you know, you don't make a sale, that's kind of like, dang, because you didn't even remember what you're sitting on. But at the same time, I had to remind myself what I was sitting on. And with that being said, it, you know, gave me the confidence to really step out there and do my own thing. So that's how Waves was created. And the reason behind Waves is that I just want to respect the ocean. I come from California, San Diego to be exact. And a lot of people come out here to see the beach. But there's a brand in our town that, you know, barely see the beach by Ryan Anthony, and they kind of capitalize on that, which is true. You know, like if you come from where I'm from, you're not going to the beach all the time. But I wanted to break that stigma, you know, and I wanted to create waves, you know, because I like to be in the water. I'm a water child, even though I'm an Aquarius and I'm an air sign. I'm a water child. I love the water. I'm going in the water. So I see the beach. Okay, so I took the idea of waves and I tied it into this like whole like in the idea, right? And the idea is this, you know, we're all waves and life is a tide. You know, no two waves are the same. So you're a wave in the tide, bro. You're a part of this concoction, whether you like it or not. And that's how it is. You know, waves are in the ocean and the tides are in the ocean. And depending on the time of day, you know, it's depending on the tide you get. So, you know, we're all in the tide, man. We're waves in the tide. And 5 years from now, we're just gonna be doing the work, man. My long-term goal is to be able to create a nonprofit organization to where we just go into the city and we break the stigma of barely seeing the beach, and we start to bring the kids to the beach and explore the water and explore the marine life, and, you know, get out there and run some surfing competitions and have the kids on the speedboats on the bay, and, you know, really get our feet wet and our hands dirty and explore that part, because, you know, we live here too, and depending on your tax bracket, you ain't gonna see a whole lot of San Diego the way you're supposed to. So, you know, that's where I feel like my contribution gonna come in. You know, it's all about exposure, man. So 5 years from now, we're gonna be doing the work, man, exposing kids to the coast, to the waves. The exciting part is creating. Anytime you get to put ideas together and just, you know, let your ideas run wild is always dope. But one of the parts that's discouraging is that not everything goes as planned. So sometimes you'll have this grand idea and it's just a little bit far-fetched, you know, and you gotta reel it in, because, you know, no one's idea is gonna go that far. But it's fun though. It's always dope to create and keep the mind active. You know, shout out to my guy Legion X and Yazi for having that active mind. Mind's running. My family, man. My family, they get all of the shams, not just bad sham, they get good sham too. Y'all, majority of the time, don't get good sham just because, you know, gotta keep your face clean, you know, show face and stuff like that. But man, my family really pushes me through the ups and the downs, you know. I'm glad I get to enjoy those roller coasters with them. Making myself happy, man. I gotta make myself happy. And this is what makes me happy the most. You know, it sounds cliche and it sounds like a little bit selfish that it should be my family and, you know, things like that. But making myself happy is making my family happy too. Because if I'm happy, then they're gonna get the best share. But if I'm not happy, they're not gonna get the best share. So, I mean, it's like a catch-22, but it's really true. If I make myself happy, then I'm a better contribution to the world. The advice that I have is don't be scared and be tough. You know, people gonna throw rocks at you every day. You know, it's your job to just keep on walking. You know, you gotta believe in your dope. You gotta believe that it's gonna sell, and it's gonna sell, cause somebody gonna catch on. You know, I mean, there's only 16 personalities in the world. You gonna follow, you gonna align with one of the 16, and there's a million people behind that same number. So don't worry about it. You're gonna feel alone at first, but just keep swimming. Yes and no. The music plays into it because obviously it's hip hop culture, and it's hip hop inspired, but it's also surf inspired too. Like, that's why I wanted my brand to be. I wanted it to be like urban surfwear, and urban is like saying like surfwear for black people. You know what I mean? But I wanted it to have, you know, a little bit of a I wanted to have some swag. You know, I want my stuff to look like Aircom and the other surf brands too. You know, I looked into it and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's dope. You know, now I want to have my piece of that. I see that, but I see it like this too. You know, so I mean, that's the important part. And then plus it's mine, bro. So I'm staying true to me and my ideas. Like I said, it's an urban surfwear, and it's surfwear for the hood. You know what I mean? And it's surfwear for those that's affiliated with the hood. So therefore, you know, it's gonna have a little hip hop spin to it, a little, you know, swag to it, and it's gonna be something that you could drip in, but casually. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be no Gucci or, you know, Yeezy where you gotta pay $100, $200, $300 Supreme, you know, for a damn shirt. But you know, it's just gonna be something that's casual wear that you can wear out to the beach and still be cool, man. The waves came up with, I started with Max B. We took it from him saying wavy and being wavy and doing wavy things to, I, you know, wrapped it around some ideas, man. And I was like, hey, look, you know, waves is their own. You know, no two waves are the same. I even used to say I was on my boogie board, you know, and I would throw the shockers up, bro. And like, that to me was just like meaning that I'm doing my own thing. So waves is doing your own thing, you know, it's staying true to you. The latest thing we dropped is a spooky tee. Shout out to the Spooky Gang. Spooky! Yeah, man, the Spooky Gang. That's the latest design we got right now. But we coming out with we got some tank tops and some sweaters and some jackets and some hats and a lot more stuff in the works. But that's our latest thing right now, the Spooky Gang tee. You can check us out at wavesinthetide.com. Bring the numbers up, bro. wavesinthetide.com. Fuck with us, man. And if you tap in, man, we can hook you up with some good stuff, man. We got some good deals going. But that ain't the gist. That's got her butt naked and swallowing kids. Could be the sauce, could be the trip, could be the fact that you whacking a bitch. Bouncing again, my dog.